There's a very common misconception that people who are deaf don't listen to music. Like that really rude ableist question people ask all the time, where they ask if you would rather be blind or deaf, which most people tend to just interpret as a question of whether you would rather not be able to read or not be able to listen to music. But blind people can read and deaf people can listen to music. Some people are born completely deaf, and of course not all deaf people like music. But a lot of deafness doesn't happen all at once. People's ability to hear can vary or decrease over time. People with Meniere's disease can some days hear just fine, and other times not at all. And many deaf and hard of hearing people can hear certain frequencies of sound, oftentimes sounds very high or very low in pitch, which means many deaf people enjoy music with quite a lot of bass. Some people have only lost part of their hearing or just hearing in one ear, and some deaf and hard of hearing people use hearing aids or cochlear implants to increase or enhance the amount of sound they can naturally hear. But there are still a lot of really engaging ways to experience music without the ability to hear. It's pretty easy to feel the vibrations of music. You can do this by putting your hands on a speaker, or even playing it through your laptop with your hands on the keyboard, or just playing the music really loud. You know what I'm talking about if you've ever been to a concert or a movie theater and felt your literal bones shake because of how loud the volume was. And many deaf people are much more aware of these vibrations than hearing people, and lots learn to dance by feeling these vibrations or memorizing the pattern and beat of a song by using different sensory cues to understand the music. I even read about a girl bringing a balloon to BTS concerts to hold against her chest in order to better feel the vibrations traveling through the air. There are lots of very impressive and talented deaf or hard of hearing dancers, musicians, and singers who have all made music an integral part of their lives. They can read lyrics, or watch live performances, or watch orchestras move like waves on the ocean. There are interpreters who make sign language variations of songs. There are all kinds of ways to experience music without being able to hear it. And I think K-pop is really interesting because it wasn't necessarily a type of media designed with accessibility in mind, but so many aspects of this content really lend itself to being a very accessible option for the deaf community. Part of this, of course, is the fact that captions are pretty commonplace in a huge portion of K-pop content, because most K-pop fans don't speak Korean. And when there aren't captions, fans are usually not shy about asking for them or publishing translations elsewhere. Which is really helpful to a deaf audience member because captions are frequently not included or honestly just bad for a lot of online video content. A lot of K-pop comes accompanied by dance performances, which is a really good visual way to watch music and get the gist of what is happening in the song. And K-pop choreo also tends to put one member in the center at a time, so you can usually tell visually who's singing what part. There are lots of people who make reaction videos or reviews that do a pretty decent job of describing what the song is like, and there's tons of K-pop content that has nothing to do with music, like watching variety shows or vlogs. But I think the main thing that makes K-pop great for someone with hearing loss is the music videos. If you look at something like TXT's Magic Island, despite the fact that it's 13 minutes long, you don't even hear the full song in the music video. K-pop music videos are not meant to be a video that just plays the song. They're designed as the perfect visual interpretation of what listening to that song feels like. For example, watch this clip from the On and Off music video for Beautiful Beautiful. And then watch it without sound. Pretty much everything still comes across. The dramatic pause and color shift when Wyatt says free and later be, as well as the alternating phrases between these two members. The song itself is bright and playful with a lot of very boisterous synth-heavy instrumental. It sounds like a cheerful Mario video game on acid, and that's exactly what this music video is. From a visual standpoint, everything about this music video is so right for the song. I mean, what better way is there to visually show a gigantic high note than with a slow-motion neon pink bomb exploding into the side of your super futuristic flying Lamborghini? No. Really. But I think the best example of this is RM's Moonchild, which I think might be one of the greatest music videos ever made. This music video matches the feeling and message of this song so perfectly, and the fact that they invested the time and money to make a really good music video for a minor B-side track on a solo album just makes my tiny little heart sing. And usually I kind of hate lyric music videos, because they're typically just poor quality videos put out because the label didn't want to spend the money on a real music video. But Moonchild to me just shows the absolute height of what an artistic lyric video can be, and it's so good. The concept of the video is pretty simplistic. It's basically just a projector in a room, which completely matches with the sparse, minimal nature of the song. RM describes the mixtape as being purposely dry, based around the idea of monochrome colors, which is where the title originates from. Moonchild, and in fact the whole mono mixtape, is pretty deep and emotional, but not necessarily sad. It focuses more on emptiness, on pain and isolation. So showing this one ambiguous person sitting inside as the world takes place around them is such a fantastic and striking piece of imagery. RM made a comment about Moonchild saying that the song was for those who prefer the night, and for those who feel suffocated by the demands they face during the day. And so the music video takes you through the light cycles of an entire and effectively every day, but evokes the detachment and separation from daytime and the comfort of night. The harsh bright light in the beginning reminds me of the way it feels when you pull an all-nighter and are still awake to watch the sunrise the next morning. The entire music video feels like one continuous shot, highlighting the consistent stream of consciousness quality of his rap verses. There's this scene of the train car that slams into frame just as the first chorus hits. This line of light rounds the corner, emphasizing a small drum section in the instrumental. These inverted bars vibrate to the beat. The soft low-tone bridge pans into these abstract yellow and black projections like you're driving past city lights at night. And the repeated lyric fades in and increases in size as RM says it louder every single time. These lines of text that rotate slower as he elongates the pronunciation of a word. These words that travel upward as RM sings them while rising in pitch. And this part with the green chair, as he sharply pauses his rapid-fire rap for a beat before starting again. Or similarly, these flashes to black when he does the same thing earlier in the video, which work like punctuation marks in a sentence. I could probably talk about every frame of this music video, because every single thing you see is a visual representation of what is happening in the song. Young-Suk Choi from Lupins directed this, and honestly deserves all the recognition ever in the world, because this is incredible. Lupin's mission statement on their website is to pursue the fantasy of the visual and auditory senses. And oh my god, have they accomplished that. And I actually think this is sort of the problem with a lot of Western music videos. Most Western artists still see the song as the most important artistic element of that music video, and that it should take precedence over everything else. The music video is just a prop, a supporting element for the song. But this isn't really true in K-pop. The music videos are complementary. They fill you in visually in ways that the song cannot. The visuals of the music video are just as important as the song, and so is the choreography and the styling and the performance. Taking in all of these other artistic elements is just as emphasized as the music. I almost can't imagine a lot of K-pop songs separate from their visuals. Deaf people listen to music, and I think a lot of deaf people would really like K-pop, and I bet there are a lot who already do. Oftentimes when deaf or hard of hearing people are a part of music fan bases, they're met with pity or insulting comments that they can't be real fans. But some K-pop fans are fans because they're hard of hearing, and K-pop is a really great outlet for them to interact with music. Some K-pop fans are fans because they like writing universe theory and researching 19th century German novels and Yale psychology textbooks and this fictional flower. Some people are K-pop fans because they're dancers, and even if the music isn't really their thing, they get a lot of inspiration and value out of watching this choreography. Some people are K-pop fans because they're really into funny meme videos, or makeup, or fashion, or fanfiction, or film, or hip-hop, or just because they think these idols are really attractive. And that's totally fine. There is no right or correct way to experience art. And if you're a K-pop fan because you're just here for the music, that's awesome. But that doesn't make you better or more superior to any other fans. And saying that it does is not a very far cry from all the people who refuse to listen to and hate K-pop because they're only fans of real music. There doesn't need to be a social hierarchy tied to art. And when there is, like all social hierarchies, it's usually just lightly veiled discrimination. And K-pop is really beautiful and immersive art, whether you can hear it or not.